So my leatherologists out there, check in, all my leather experts when it comes to these cases. Let's go ahead and check out the Blackbrook leather case. And if you watch my top 5 leather case video, this case should have been in that video. This particular case was sold out for a while. I made that video, but just it could have took a place of one of those leather cases. So just think, this is probably, is one of the best leather cases out there for the 14 Pro Max. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, this is going to be the Blackbrook burnished tan leather case. Now, I went on Amazon and bought this for myself. For years, I've always heard about Blackbrook leather cases, and I never ordered one until I started really getting into these leather cases. And I got it in, and I was like, yo, I should have ordered one of these a long time ago. So shout out to the packaging. You get this nice, really nice little packaging, man. I'm all about packaging when it comes to my leather cases, man. You gotta take that extra care because these things ain't cheap. All right, we're talking about this Blackbrook case is gonna run you 50 bucks. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is gonna be the burnished tan color. Now I know some of you may be like, oh boy, it's already patina. It already got that patina hitting. It actually doesn't, man. The burnished tan comes that way from factory. It looks like it already has a natural patina to it, but don't worry, this is gonna patina over time because this is made of full grain leather, so you're good to go. But they do give you a little bit of artificial, a little artificial patina. I would have liked for it to just been the regular burnished tan color and then but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and step through the case. So on the back side of it, you're going to get your metallic ring over around the camera. Of course, you're going to get your metallic buttons. That's kind of standard practice when we come to leather cases. You're going to get your Blackbrook little, what is that? What is that? A buffalo? All right, I think that's what that is. A buffalo right there. That's kind of, imprinted into the case. I like that. I think it's pretty all right. You know what I mean? Flipping over the inside. Now, I would have liked to see a soft lining on the inside. I think every one of those cases that was in my top 5 all had a soft lining. I think maybe except one, but this, you don't really have it. You just have the leather and you can kind of see the imprint where the magnets are. Not a deal breaker, but when I'm paying 50 bucks, I want all the stops when it comes to a leather case. Now, let's go ahead and pop it on the scale and let's see how is my scale is dead. All right, I've been weighing all of these and my scale is dead. So we're not gonna, maybe it might have came back to life for us one more time to give us one more weigh. It did. So this scale, this case is gonna be 48 grams. So, I always like to weigh them just so you can kind of get an idea of what it is. But when it comes to leather cases, they're not gonna be that heavy. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and, now she has a nice fit. She fits in there very good. Let me go ahead and wipe it down. And before we get started, let me see if the leather smell is hitting. It hasn't hit me yet, so I feel like the leather is kind of lacking when it comes to this, but I mean, you can smell it, but it ain't impressive as a lot of the other ones. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've had much more impressive smell tests when it comes to leather cases. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here it is on the Black 14 Pro Max. That burnished tan color is just fire. I just love this color when it comes to this case. So on that top side, it's going to be completely closed, nothing there. On that right side, of course, you're going to get that power button, works just fine. You do get a little bit of logo right there. You get your little Blackbrook, branding right there. It's subtle enough. It really doesn't bother me. Flipping down on the bottom, you get your accurate cutouts. Everything is good there. Volume up and down. Nice and tactile. Now, I know a lot of these leather cases, a lot of people complain about the buttons. These buttons are on point, don't need to break in. They are all good to go. You don't got to worry about them. And getting to that mute toggle switch, I just would like to see it a little bit bigger. I don't get the point of making these very small mute toggle switches. Just make it a little bigger so you can get us big fingered folks. All right, I know how y'all do in the comments. Go ahead and get your comments out. But so we can get up in there so we can, just activate that mute toggle switch is a little bit easier. So flipping it over on the back, you see that camera right there is recessed with those cameras down in there. So you are good to go when you're talking about sitting down on the table. Of course, she is going to do a little bit of rock because of that camera. Now, when we are talking about the late on the table protection, I'm rocking a tempered glass screen protector. Even with that, it has a baby lip that goes around it. Y'all know how I feel about leather cases when you drop them, all right? It's two type of cases that kind of just damage when you drop them. Whether a case that has a bad finish on it and a leather case. When you drop those, you're gonna know you dropped it because you'll probably see a blemish on it. So just be wary. Don't drop your phones. If this is a leather case, just take a little bit of extra care when you got a leather case that feels good on your phone, man. Because I've already did a one drop, and this was inside my house. It wasn't even outside. I did one drop, hit my nightstand, did some crazy mess, and that happened. And that ain't going nowhere because this is a leather case. So you will get those wounds. You will get that patina. You will get that character when you're talking about using these leather cases. So it has a faint lip on it when we are talking about layer on tear protection, but nothing that's going to be overly protective. Now let's go ahead and talk about the fit of this case. Now the fit on this bad boy, I'm talking about she's tight. I mean, I just get it out. But it is a tight fit that goes all the way around. Not any budging that goes around. And once this thing is, she's in there, I mean, it is very, very snug in there. I'm talking about super snug to where you kind of got to fight a little bit to get it out. And I'm not mad at it, but always make it just a little easier for folks to take it out in case you want to clean your phone and different things like that. So an insanely tight fit. Now, another thing that I want to make note of is this is a leather case that allows you to see the bezel very faintly around the edge of the screen. Now, I know a lot of people really don't care about that, but some people just like that nice aesthetic, especially when you have like a silver or a gold or a colored phone. You can see that little ring that goes around the edges of it. Now, you really can't see it because this is black, so the black is kind of hid a little bit, but if you care about that, that's what this leather case actually has. Now, how does it feel in your hand? It is going to add a little bit of thickness, all right? I feel like there is no leather case that is as thin as the Apple leather case. I know a lot of people tout that thinness is on point when it comes to a leather case, and I'm with you. I get it, but it is not that thin, especially when it comes to this one. So, you know, it has a little bit of something there, but it's not terrible in my opinion when you're talking about adding bulk and different things like that around. I think you're just fine to go there. Now, let's go ahead and test out the Magsafe. Let me go ahead and bring a Magsafe charger over here. And this thing does have a highly demanding strength when it comes to Magsafe. Now, it's on that verge of wanting to pick this up. I thought it was a lot stronger, but it wants to pick this up. I mean, it's right there on the edge of really wanting to pick this charger up, but it still has a a good strong Magsafe if it wants to pick this base up. Not quite, but it does want to pick it up. Now, I don't have my Apple Magsafe battery over here, but I do have this anchor just to test out some accessories. And the magnet is strong enough on the case itself that any accessory is going to work just fine when you were talking about charging it and doing like that. So popping this anchor up here, it works fine. It doesn't seem like it's too weak at all. Go ahead and grab the Apple Wallet. Forgot I had it sitting right here. The Apple Wallet works just fine as well, and doesn't feel like it's going to knock off easy or anything like that. So should you buy this bad boy sitting at 50 bucks? I feel like it's a good option. All right, you know we have a lot of options out there when it comes to leather cases. It really just depends on price, availability, how fast you can get it, the colors that it comes in. 50 bucks is kind of right on par with a lot of them that's out there on the market. And I feel like this still is a very good one because it checks all the boxes. I really don't see any weaknesses, and I really think it gets the job done, all right? It comes in this burnished tan color. You can get two different style leather cases. You can get your regular case like this, or you can get a more of a pebbled leather if that's your thing. I'm not really a fan of pebbled leather cases, but that could be a thing. Go out there and get one. They have both options available, but I feel like it's a good buy. I feel like you can go out there and get this Blackbrook leather case and you won't be disappointed. But if you also want to check out some other best leather cases that's out there on the market, I will leave my top 5 leather case video right here and just assume that case is in that video.